Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 as Italy. We are just about wrapped up what we were doing in China, which is great, and we are on the cusp of doing our North American invasion. We're just getting some people in position, plus taking a couple of islands along the way. I want to shrink the teal front line. Where does it start? Over here. Shrink that way down. That autosave actually interrupted my drag. That was really nice of it. There you go. Get over there. And a smaller front, and just push out here, take these naval bases. Not only do we want it, but it helps cut off more supply for everyone else. Not that our people are doing a very good job of pushing anywhere. But they'll do what we can. And most of the troops over here are foreign troops that we have control over. So, I don't really care if they live or die. Sorry, but it's true. Can you guys do something like that? No? Alright, we'll just halt you then. Halt. Told you. Halt. Whatever. Keep going then. I don't care. Right. So we're planning a new marine invasion of this island here because the last one got repelled. We didn't lose our divisions or anything like that. So now we're going to go with a bigger group of 7. Are you guys... I don't understand what's going on here. Why haven't you moved? Oh, because you still have your old fucking orders. God damn, that bug is annoying. See, they still have their old invasion order, even though it finished. I think it might be because I don't follow it up with a... There's no front line that can be formed over here. Right? Whereas the one on Iceland... It did cancel the invasion order because I think it was able to form a front line. And I think that's what's happening here is these guys can't. So, Golden Group, delete all your orders and recreate again. So you're going from here to here, lock in. And now these guys will move to the new location. All right. Means we've got to restart our planning, but we didn't lose that much time. It's going to be okay. Alright, and yeah, we're going to finish Iceland, and we're building up our bases over here. I want to get more naval bases, just to make sure we've got, you know, as an alternative, as an option. It's not really costing us much. I mean, it's an opportunity cost. We're building that instead of something else, but we don't really have that much civilian construction that is a priority at this time. So I think it's okay to just, you know, try to build up a giant military base on Iceland. I don't know, sounds like fun. So, China over here, these are my tanks that are still trying to push through. It would actually be a lot better tanks if what you did is, let me broaden that. And I don't suppose, as is, you could just punch through here, could you? Yeah. So that's much better, because then we open up more angles of attack around the city. Excellent. And then what I'm going to do is split you in half and just tell you guys to do this. And then we'll get a nice surround over here. No, we're being counterattacked over here, but that's not anything I'm particularly scared about. So I'm leaving half the people here so we don't ever extend our line too much and get cut off. Good stuff. And at some point we will go and just attack the city from multiple angles. In fact, what I think I will do is actually cancel that offensive line. And in preparation, I will... Well, I'm actually not going to set a new offensive line quite yet. I'm going to let my troops surround, and then I'll set an offensive line on this city location and take it at that point. Let's go and actually delete that part of the front and make sure that all 5 divisions are assigned there. Great. And I'm going to tell Red Group, actually, not to worry about that particular front. The tanks are going to have it. And... I was going to say, that's probably not going to work out. No, some of my tanks attacked that way, which is an interesting decision, and I'm not sure why that happened. Must have been when they had the other front, they saw an opportunity, even though they didn't have an offensive line that way. I don't know. That's odd, actually. I don't know why the tanks started attacking that way. And it is the tanks. And... do one of those. That'll give it the surround of the city that we want. We'll have to delete the redundant front line over here, but then we'll be able to get a nice surround over the city and do a proper attack. Now, these guys are going to move, so we'll have to bop them as well, but they don't have any dig-in over here, so... Oh! Did I actually... I lost a tank division somewhere. There's some sort of weird overrun effect going on. What? Anyway, you guys just pull back over to here. Yeah, something somewhere got overrun. Probably over here or something. I don't know. That's weird. And again, why are they moving? Okay, listen, I gotta cancel all my tank orders. There's something weird going on with my tanks here. They might have had, like, a leftover front line somewhere. Like, why are you attacking? Stop. Okay. Now, here's what you're gonna do. Tell you what, actually, I'm gonna delete all your orders, because you can't be trusted. I'm going to grab one of you over here. That's nice, they're trying to push out. Come on, get in there. And as soon as you arrive, I'm just going to grab literally everything here and just right-click on the city. Oh, because we got nicely cut off over here. That's brilliant. There we go. And go. And you as well. Go, go, go. We do have a port here, so we're not completely cut off on supplies, which is nice. Some big American counterattack. Actually, what the hell's happened over here? I know I focus on one area for a little while. I don't know. See, and you can counterattack, like... Counterattack over here. Cut these fuckers off. There you go. There you go. They do have a port over here now, which is a bit annoying. Why don't we get in there? And there. Thank you very much. Now, after we clear this up, my tanks can actually go and run around behind here, which is going to be nice. But I do want to take the city and the extra port. Ah, I don't want to be micromanaging the China front. What's going on here? Hopefully we're pushing in on other fronts, but I'm not really confident of that. We do have some people who have been volunteered to us before. That includes 3 Marines over here that actually do belong to me. That's interesting. I'm just going to have them join one of the... Actually, yeah, specifically this one is quite good because it's a garrison, so the other troops will ferry over, so that's going to be nice. Okay, what else we got here? These are all foreign troops. And what I think I'm going to do is create a new army into the China, and maybe that's what happens. Maybe it was a lot of these volunteers that came in were part of the old AI Chinese front, and so they stopped doing that. I think that's exactly what happened. Tell you what, why don't you have you go there and attack to here. Find some way to get over there. Have faith. Alright, meanwhile, here, take this damn city. This one's actually, it's got the retreat flag over here, which isn't particularly healthy for us. I'm a little concerned about that whole little bit. Oh, that's what I get for not babysitting the AI. Like, why don't you go and just take that little spit of land? Same thing here. Like, you can push back. You can do that, although I'll split half of you off and go there instead. Just keep dividing these people up. You're doing a bunch of sea transport because my fronts are all screwed up. So that's nice to see. Alright, finally got this. Great stuff. Alright, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take... I'm going to drop that. So the group I've selected over here... Alright, red group. We no longer want you to babysit this. Instead, this group over here is going to hold that front for it. Thank. And then these tanks over here, which are some of them are still called medium tanks, which doesn't make sense because they're actually modern tanks. Right? Yeah, modern tanks, although they don't really have a full complement, which is less than ideal. You are going to take this front here, and you're going to push to there. And you go nuts. You should be able to pull that off perfectly fine once we get organized and in place here. Strategic bombers. Nice. I'll start building a tactical, or researching the next level tactical bombers. But that is brilliant here. So what we want to do, our strategic bombers, we want to replace with jet strategic bombers. Now, what kind of range are you packing as is? Oh, massive range. I don't know what the base range was, but we can use these guys to do strategic bombing from Europe into North America. So we're going to do that. Some engine. Love this. And enough reliability to get you up to at least 80%. Speed is the most important thing in planes. But oh, we're at 475 right now, so there we go. So actually, the extra range does, yeah. So I guess the base range is something around 6.3K or something like that. I'll put it in anyway. There we go. So, strategic bomber over here. You are now making jet strategic bombers. And more. Oops. And more. And more. We're probably building way too many transport planes, especially since we're not thinking about aerial attacks anymore, so I'll just trim that way down. Way down, which leaves me with some extra military factories. Carrier fighters and naval bombers we're doing really slowly because we've actually got tons of them. Naval bombers, we actually could use more upgrades. I'm wondering if I should build more. We actually have a good number of naval bombers, although they're not all up to date. But I think that's still fine. Oh, more strategic bombers down here. Which could still come in very, very, very handy. What do I want to do with the rest of my factories? Oh yeah, they're mostly damaged factories, so it's a bit deceptive. But I will go and get more modern tanks in the queue anyway. It is something that we would like going forward. We're going to get pushed back over here. Really want to hold that. There we go. And prevent them from merging up their fronts. And we get pushed back a little here. This is altogether not very great. Okay, let's go. Just tell my tanks to go. And as long as we hold that city, that's going to be okay. So what was that? That is a... Oh, the heavy battleship class. Right! Oh, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll build some of those. So my production lines for my heavy ships. I'm going to finish this carrier after one go. And then instead, I don't really have the experience for it. Super heavy battleship. Let's go and deploy you over in Brittany whenever you get built. Which is going to take a while because we don't actually have that kind of production. So, more research. Again, this is all good. I guess I could get more resource efficiency because actually we do have a few shortages here and there and apparently not that many trading partners. But we're developing enough resources, so it's going to be fine. Alright, we'll be able to take all this, which is good. And hopefully we can hold the city at least. It's quite the pushback over here. Again, these are not my troops, so that might be part of it. They might have resource shortages or all kinds of different things going on. But then I'll be able to hold the front with some tanks later on. Alright, so apparently I still got to babysit here a little bit, which makes me incredibly unhappy. Everyone help out over here. I might need a little bit more. Alright, we'll get back to you. And I don't suppose we can punch through here, can we? Yeah, nice. And then over there as well. Cut these guys off. There we go. And you're taking that. Lovely. Okay, so tank group. What you're going to get now is halt your commands. I'm going to give you a front line over here until you push out to there. Suppose I could merge these two groups. Yeah, that'd probably be okay. So 10 divisions that are going to push out over here, cut off some more potential supplies in a lot of different ways, and then probably head south at that point. We'll see how it goes. Alright, how's our little island invasions going? Well, you over here... Did I never tell you to go? Okay, you can go. Because we have a naval presence, we've got a good air presence over here, we've got that stuff on lockdown. Yeah, that's going to be fine. So you should be able to do that now. We've got that island. Things have been built up over here. I suppose I could give this a go. It's a little bit risky. We do have the naval presence, at least. Oh, we'll give it a go. What could possibly go wrong? And yeah, here, this is, they just have a ridiculous amount of stuff, with obviously a lot of digging as well. We do have some extra people who can come in and reserve, so we can hold this fight for a while, but... How are you not getting starved out? That's what I would like to know. Decryption advantage. How come I don't have air support, is the other question. Oh, wait! Shit! That's why. Because it's the wrong air zone. Damn it. It's part of Scotland and Northern Ireland. So we didn't actually have any air superiority bonuses whatsoever. So yeah, the attack's going to be broken, and we'll have to retry that again. Retry that again? Yeah, English good. And I think what I'll do as well, I don't know if this makes much of a difference, but I kind of want to just start bombing the shit out of this. Here, we'll get some practice with our jet strategic bombers. To there. And do some strategic bombing over there. I don't think that'll actually affect their supplies, but... Anyway, that didn't kill our divisions. It did waste some manpower and some equipment, but that's hardly our biggest problem right now. Our biggest problem remains over here. Trying not to get these guys to just kill themselves. So we are pushing in here. We're trying. We could get cut off in a few different ways, but I think it's going to be okay. I think we'll be able to take that port, and that will be okay. Meanwhile, Group Teal is pushing well, although you over here... Oh, we're getting a bunch of people just isolated. It looks like you guys don't actually have any orders, so get up onto this front. Or no, you're complaining about supplies. I'm not sure. So over here, we should be able to bop some people. Maybe not there yet, but as long as they stay isolated, we will be okay. You know, listen, National Spain, I don't want to babysit your shit. And over here, though, we'll do that. And then these Marine divisions. Oops. So we're going to make a new division, add you to the NA day. I'm going to make you, I don't know, green. Give you a commander. And we're going to prep a naval invasion. What am I looking for? Over here. From here to there. It's going to take them a while to get in place, and we're going to need to get a ship presence as well. So what I'm going to have to do is find a navy and move it way over. So you over here, what do we got? All right, let's drop you. Merge you. That's a half-decent fleet, which probably already had some orders, but you're not doing anything right now anyway. So I want to give you... I want to tell you that this is your naval base. Excellent, Kamchatka. That is not particularly high-level naval base, but I think that's going to have to be what it is. And we're going to put you on patrol duties in the Bering Sea and North Pacific. Excellent. And then we'll try to achieve that. And make sure you're not actually executing that, because it's going to take a while for these guys to actually get over there. Oh, right! That's my people who weren't part of the group. They were this invasion force. Okay, hold on. I should probably just try that again. Yeah, hold on. Cancel your orders. Let's try that again. My bad. Now that you've got proper airplane support. We got 12 supply. So, yeah, if we can damage the naval base, actually, that will starve these people out, won't it? Yeah, it will. So that'll be the goal. They also have, like, a 10 out of 10 airfield over here? Really? No, state air base, but... Yeah, actually, I don't know. Maybe. So, just keep bombarding those people, and we'll try to get in there. So, Group Green... I'm going to halt your old commands. There you go, because you're probably still going across the world. Group up over here, and I'll try to give you a full setup. Now, what do we got? We've got Group Magenta making that move, and Group Teal is still assembling over here. which actually some of them could have been the overseas group, but nah, that's okay. All right, you guys are basically ready to go. Excellent. So maybe what I'll do is I'm going to deploy all y'all, and you were deploying over here. You're still classified as green for a second. So let me go make a new army over here. Just train you up till you get the last tick of experience. So I deployed them a little early, but that's okay. Yeah, Group Green's gonna prep that. I mean, I guess I could group up more people, but... Sure, let's do that. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. I wanted that. How come the count just went down? You see that? What? I just randomly lost 2 divisions over here. Did a ship get sunk over here? Not one of mine. That was weird. Alright, you guys are regulars. There. Stop training. And you actually will be part of the invasion group over here. But I'm going to have to split you in half. Even as is, that's a hell of a lot. So you're going to go from here to there, lock in, and I'll get back to you. And then this group, I will probably have you hang out over here in the east in some fashion so you're a little closer. So I'm going to tell you to garrison, say, right over here. That'll at least get you to strategically redeploy to these. All right, so we got a lot of green blobs going everywhere. It looks like our attacks are going okay. We're still trying to move in there, which is great. We've taken that city there, which is also quite good. These guys are all cut off, which makes me very happy. I don't suppose you can take these guys, can you? Good. Now isolate these guys, and actually we'll get a bop over here. Anyone who's there will just die outright. You go there. That's what I want to do. And you guys help move in there. You didn't have commands, so now you do. And you guys are going to bop that. All right, good. No divisions, basic training. That's okay right now. I don't think what we need is more divisions. And yeah, we've got some ships trying to get over there. And ideally, and I don't know this, if you see like allied battle plans, no, I would like to see like allied ships. Know too little about this region. So presumably Japan's not running any ships over there since we don't know anything about it. Which has me a little bit leery. But, I don't know, we'll deal with that when we get there. There you go. Yeah, these guys, there's a lot of dudes. They have decent supply with the port over in Dalian, but they have a lot of dudes, so they're having some serious supply shortages. Why don't you go and assist over there? And... oh, they're trying to break out. Oh. Oh, there we go. So they're not going to be able to push here. They're fighting on 2 fronts. They've actually got no supplies anymore, so they would actually get completely starved out at some point if we just waited. But that's going to be fine. Okay. So let's take a look at our green invasion team here. Still couple people who aren't there yet. The organization's getting pretty good. How's a bombardment happening? Not a whole hell of a lot else has happened. They do have radar and anti-air. Our strategic bombers here. Just like tell you to max out. However many you can fit, please do that. Close air support, we're going to do something similar here. A little bit more. Just because the supply count is a little higher. So you can get a bit more bombardment. Green, still waiting for the last one. Which is still powering up there. And technically is a green army. But I mean, we could mostly just go as is. But I'll wait. We'll get some more planes. Insufficient resources. What are we short on? Mostly tungsten. Would anyone trade us that? Yeah, Portugal. Perfect. Get us more tungsten. We need a lot of tungsten for our jets. Not as much oil, but a lot of tungsten. Alright, so yeah, these guys are all going to get... boop! There we go. Excellent. And then, purple group over here. No, let's do that, followed by that, followed by just attack when you get there. Just make sure that gets cleaned up. Alright, this has been cleaned up pretty well too. And actually we've got a lot of red dudes who are saying they don't have any orders. So let me add you all to this front. Halt your current command so you can reorganize yourselves. Set an offensive line to say there. And you guys go. And teal group. Let's extend this red line over this way. And then teal group is going to do something like that. I mean, I realize we don't have a full coverage there, but the Germans are still around, so hopefully they'll cover some of it. And we'll do something like that. And push in that way. Actually, why don't you just literally push in there right now? That would be quite handy for us. Cut off these guys, and then we'll do a little bit of boppage. Okay, so we've got some people who are going to try to head over here at some point. Take some islands. Green group, you should be basically ready to go. Where are you? Oh, you're way over there. You know what? You are going to just join some other naval group or marine group, which we're going to get back to in a second. So these 10 green guys, you are good to go. Hopefully, maybe. Or you'll probably die again. Anyway, over here we can send some dudes up that way. And send you up this way. And I think we have to send the last fellow right up there, just to secure all of Greenland. Make sure that it's fully occupied. And again, what I think I'll do as sort of a preemptive measure is I will go and get a max level naval base there. So Iceland one is being worked on. Good. You do that. So we may use it as a big staging point. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Plus, it's a good place to repair our ships. We can actually have some ships assigned to that naval base and then fight out here, and that's actually going to be a really good way to do it. At some point, I'm going to have to go and grab all my ships and probably just reissue a full set of commands, because I think there's a lot of them that aren't really being used very usefully right now. There we go. Clear that out. Things here looking swell. Over here. I mean, I must just be able to just start doing some right clicks or something. I mean, I can plan it better, but they're all starving out. They're not going to have anything going on here, even if some of the attacks are temporarily not really working out very well. Like that one's going across the river. Actually, so cancel that. Make sure to take this city. Again, that's another slight source of supply. So get rid of you. Teal group, actually, you've done very well. Good job. Help out there and there, and that should be okay once all the reinforcements properly join the combat. There we go. All right, Green, how you doing? There we go. Finally, because now we actually have some air support is part of it, because most of our guys still aren't fighting. 4 is still, you know, basically our limit here. No, some of them have broken. These guys might hold yet again. What the hell? That's because some of our guys broke, and then our reserves hadn't jumped in quite yet. But now there we go. I mean, they do have a lot of dig-in, but you can see their strength is quite low, their organization's quite low. We still have some of the reserves. It's actually good that we came with just a higher number, because we could keep replenishing the attack and make it go. Anytime we're fighting 4-on-4, we were doing better, but the problem is, eventually we did run out, because they have, like, a lot of defense, and this is how much damage they can soak. There we go, finally gone. And they did just get bopped. So some of our people broke, and they're not part of that army anymore, but we didn't actually lose the divisions, so we can assign them to a new job momentarily. Alright, so yeah, you're going to go and finish that off, which is going to be fine. Right, and you guys are moving over there, which is also good. And these Marines, I will have you, I guess, rejoin Group Green. There we go, and you as well. Excellent. And we don't need to keep some people over here. So I think what we're going to do is add you to Group Magenta, which is going to be operating out of Greenland. I'll give you some commands in a moment. Group Gold. We'll give you just some general here. Right, you're parked and waiting until we've taken another island over here. So who is this one? I don't remember. If I control right click, I select the units. Okay, it's this teal group, which has a long way to go, which is fine. And we can start the invasion of North America well before we, like on the East Coast ahead of time. That's probably okay. Although I do have to change things up over here. So my fleets, I'm going to, I think, grab my destroyers and get you to do convoy escort. Halt all your commands. There we go. And set this as your base, and then do convoy escort here and here. So that'll help cover our invasion force. Good. Good, 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 good. Okay, so again, teal and gold are on the... well, they're going to be invading the west coast of North America. It's a little confusing. I was going to say, they're on the east coast. Well, they're on the west coast. Well, it depends on what coast we're talking about. They're the Pacific. There we go. These two are the Pacific. Maybe I should make a new theater. Let's do that. Not with this guy, actually. It's with you and you. So this is the Pacific Marines. Excellent. And then the End group, which includes a bunch of people that are just sitting around here. But what I want to do, actually, is all my armor, I'm going to set you on garrison area over here so that you move over to Greenland. And then we're going to plan our naval invasion from here to... probably here first. I don't know. I would like to hit the actual mainland, but I think it's probably going to be important if we do something like that. So I'm not hitting play on that, but that'll get all my Marines in position, which is going to be good. And yeah, there might be a slight shortage of supply for a problem over there. I mean, certainly there's always a supply shortage over here. Let's take a look at our teal group, which is one of our big source of invasions. Let's go and do something like this, and then give you an offensive line, say to Beijing. Oh, and delete that. And make sure that all of you are... whoops. Oh, I deleted that accidentally, which isn't what I meant to do. I meant to... offensive line, right-click on Beijing. I want to take all of you and tell you all to go here. There we go. And do what you can. Okay, that all got cleaned up, which means a bunch of you guys, okay, you are properly moving forward to this, which is good. We're pushing in on a few different fronts. It's got 48 divisions, which is all 48. Okay, so the entire Red Army is working on enclosing... I'm coming in on this bit over here, which is going to be fine. Teal's going to push in here, while there's still some other pushing going on as well. Okay. And then the Pacific Marines are still moving out. The gold ones are basically in position over here. I just don't want to advance them anymore because there's a limit to our supply over there. Although, I guess what I could do, actually, is plan... this is a really long-range invasion, but we could plan something like this... to here. Not going to initiate it yet, especially since we don't have a naval presence there, but at least get in position. That's a long, long route to protect. Oh, cool. Excellent. Good job, ships. All right. And I feel a lot more comfortable if we had an air presence over here. But that's why we have to... hopefully we'll claim this land for us. If it goes to Japan, we might ask them for control so that we can make sure we can build air and maybe like proper naval port. So it looks like we're attacking something. They might be trying to get convoys out over here. Which actually... okay, we do have convoy rating enabled over here. Good. So we should be hopefully continuing to starve these guys out. I guess that's something else I could have done, is bop this island with... that's a good idea, actually. I'm doing a mini naval invasion over there. But for now, what you're going to do, so that's considered to be part of northern England. So move that way. I guess I could do a naval invasion without Marines, but that's always pretty risky. I think I'm going to be happy with getting everyone in position over here and get ready to hit North America. Taking the Isle of Man is really not a priority. Alright, so yeah. Red is still moving, trying to get in here, and probably being a little too cautious, despite the fact that I have it set to like turbo aggro mode. Same thing like this, like, you know, we can shorten our lines here a fair bit by doing stuff like that. Cross the river here where it's undefended. Probably do this attack since they have no supply. Something like that. Meanwhile, Teal, you can go and start pushing, even if you're not confident about it. That's going to be fine. Where's my magenta group? Oh, over there. Magenta group, you are going to frontline over here, and an offensive line down to the river. And yeah, you can just go as soon as you feel that you can go. That's going to be all right. Now, teal, out of supply. They took an interesting path, but at least they are still moving. They're out of supply, getting a little bit attritioned over here, but they will get to their destination point at some point. And then gold, the same thing is probably happening to you. Yeah, you're going to run right through enemy territory. Like, literally. Oh, you're scooching through here. That's an interesting path. I'm not sure I really think that that's reasonable, but alright, you do what you think you have to do. Keep doing this. You go and bop that guy. Yeah, they got no supply. Like, just take him out. It's gonna be fine. I love how, like, the German troops are just sitting here, soaking up supply, but not actually moving forward at any point whatsoever. Attacking is for losers. Clearly. At least at some point we'll clear up Army Group Red, and then we'll get them on this front. And that'll be pretty handy-dandy. Yeah, go ahead and pop that too. Keep thinning this out. And we'll get more teal troops on the actual front towards Beijing. Which is, all this is controlled by the UK right now for some reason. Even though the UK capitulated ages ago. You finish that off. Actually, you do that, because this guy's going to go and do that for us. Just clean up these borders. Good stuff. Teal, still working your way there. Gold, you're still working your way through eventually. Magenta, you are getting there. Right now there's some serious supply shortage, of course. I did make sure to put this at the top, right? Greenland? Yeah. You've got that coming. I don't think we need infrastructure at all, because I think we're just gonna be sitting in this particular province. Well, I guess my tanks and stuff are gonna be elsewhere. How badly attritioning is this happening? 8%. It's not the worst. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Yeah, you're complaining about a lack of supplies here. We may have to start this invasion now, just to get some troops out of here. And yeah, there's no airfield over here. We could build one and provide some air support. I think I'm just going to go for this. Get it started. Invasion's still preparing, but they will get there. And we are still building up the naval bases, so it'll be okay. I don't remember. We do have an airfield over here. I think I did queue up the naval base to get built up, which I still think is okay. Just, you know, just in case. We're going to keep ignoring that for now, although they might be starving. I'm wondering about taking some of my, some of these garrisons. I mean, they don't even belong to me, right? Let's just take a handful of these guys. Excellent. And split you off and give you some sort of crappy general and tell you to plan a naval invasion from Liverpool to over there. Lock you in. And you need 45 days. So I'm just going to hit play now. That'll be plenty of time for all the troops to get there while they just wait for the convoys and the plans. We've got lots of army experience, but I think we can wait a little bit longer. You're going to go in 7 days. We've got a good naval presence here, which is good. Air wings, no missions, probably all just rockets. It is just all rockets. And... alright, Teal is going to slowly get over here. And I don't know if I told you to, but as soon as you can, like, do start the attack. Actually, I guess I'll stop, because you're going to arrive here with no morale. We're going to wait for you to accumulate your morale first. And Gold Group is going to be here, which is good, because that's their next invasion point, if I want to go after... what did I flag? Like, Vancouver Island, I think I flagged as the attack? Yeah. Okay, Group Red has really, like, no front left. So let's go and get them to do this and tell them they've got, I don't know, some sort of offensive line in here. It doesn't really matter. And go. Basically, just get in here, surround everything, stomp on everything. Thanks. And Teal. I think getting to that point where I'm just going to start just right-clicking over here. You still think Teal's got a front over there, so we're going to clean that up and make sure that they're not doing anything totally crazy. And yeah, mostly just, yeah, just like that. Just right-click. No, they pulled out a little bit. They've got a lot of troops sitting here, but they're all being attritioned. They can't possibly hold up, and we've got lots of extra reinforcements, so we can just keep pounding on them and wipe that out completely over here. Lovely. Well, I guess we're gonna have to put a cut in here. We really do have to bop the United States to finish this war. The others, that might be the end of it, because the United States has most of the victory points going on. We still have the Philippines and Canada and everything, but we don't actually have to clear everything. I think if we take the U.S., that might be the end of that whole war. We'll see how it goes. Something I haven't checked in a while is my little Marine groups over here. Like, you guys can go. Oh, and actually, see, purple here is an example of one that finished. So now we can start a new invasion from here to... Japan's still pushing out here. Slowly, but they are doing it. Right, and that's to engage the Philippines there. I guess I'll also land another group over there. There we go. Start going after the Philippines. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching, folks. See you next time.